How much does one need to start a serious business? This is a very common question. And today I want us to talk serious business, how much capital you need to start a business under serious, and of course the factors that you have to check into before you start your serious business. So the amount of investment needed for such a venture, the serious business, depends on quite a number of factors, which we are going to discuss today in this video. And the first factor that you have to really consider is your current product price. The serious price aren't constant. You check, sometimes we get the serious prices going up and going down. So they change frequently, and you need to be able to calculate if they are high or low, are you going to make a profit or a loss. So you need to do a market research in the area that you want to make your shop or put up your serial business, so that you know what is the current product price for the cereals, so that you're able to know if you're going to sell at what profit, and if they go down, are you going to be able to make a loss. Number two, you need to get your location right. So for your location, you have to look for a place where the cereals are being consumed in large scale. You just can't put your shop or your cereal business in a place where people don't even have so many kids, so they don't cook frequently. You need to look for a location whereby people are having so many growing families. What I mean by growing families is an upcoming estate with children. These are people who consume cereals on a daily. If you put up in an estate that is established and those people, most of their children are already grown-ups, you might not be able to sell much because these people don't consume much. So you end up having your cereals staying for long before they can get bought, and that is now ile tunasemanga kulalisha pesa. So you also need to factor in your rent. It's part of your operation cost, the rent. So don't get a shop that is too expensive. You need to know serious business, the amount of profit you might be making in a kg would be much lower than even 50 shillings. So you need to look for a location that you're not paying so much rent. The other thing you need to consider, number three, the factor is market demand. So this is in consideration to the sales you're going to making. Like I said, you don't put a cereal business where people are not where it is not in demand, where people are not buying cereals to cook. So you need to put a cereals business mostly in a place where we have these people who cook or boil githeri and cereals. These will be your big customers, because to them they are selling for those people who are buying the ready-made cereals or the already boiled cereals. So these will be your biggest customers. You have to look for the market demand must be high for you to make sales. Number four, you need to have the size of the shop. So you need to consider whether you're going to sell in retail or on wholesale. And one thing, when you're preparing your shop, there is a rule that all cereals must be raised up. You can't put cereals directly on the ground. You must get those ballets, the wooden ballets, so that you put the gunias on top of the ballets. If you're caught putting the cereals directly on the tiles, on the cement, or on the ground, or on the floor, you can be sued, and your shop is going to be closed. So you need to know what size of the shop you're getting. Are you going to be selling on retail? Are you going to be selling on wholesale? If it's wholesale, you must make sure that you have a big shop, so that you're able to stock the gunias and make them good. But remember, you have to work on the floor. That is a rule from the city council, and you have to adhere to it. So you have to make sure that you know how you're starting, and this will be determined by your capital. The other factor you need to consider in cereal business is your operational costs. You have rent, you might employ somebody, and of course you have you need someone to sort these cereals. if you don't sort these cereals at this point in life, you might not get customers. Most people go to buy those cereals in a place where these cereals are sorted. I don't want to go buy cereal somewhere and then come sit down and start sorting and waste almost a half a kg of bad cereals. I want cereals that are clean. So you must have someone, if you're not able to do it yourself, you must have someone sorting the cereals for you. So you need to get all the operation costs, write them down. I am paying this amount of rent. I have this number of employees. I'm paying electricity. Of course, if you're using any kind of water, you need to even pay the bill. And number 5, you need to pay for your licenses. Most cereal shops, you can't operate on a kibada. Most of them require a well-built shop. So you need to get a license for the county that you'll be operating. If it is in Nairobi, you need to get the county for Nairobi. If it is Nakuru, Kisumu, Meru, you need to get the license for your respective county. So those are factors that you have to consider before starting a cereal business. And now, after considering those factors, let's go to the amount of money that you might need to start a cereal shop. Yes, it is possible to start a cereal shop with as low as 10,000 shillings to 20,000. And how do you do this? So if you have 10,000 shillings, you can start your cereal business. If you have 20,000, if you have 50 or above going to 100, 1 million, you can start. But today, let me start with the person that has 10,000 shillings or to 20,000 shillings. So how do you start such a kind of a business with 10,000 shillings? You should just buy 1 or 2 fast moving products, like most of the fast moving products are rice, beans, maize flour. So you start with any of those 2 or 1, and you start by taking orders and supplying from home. So here you're not opening a shop, because 10,000 cannot be able to pay the rent for a shop and also buy you stock. So you've picked 2 fast moving products, either maize flour, rice, or beans. And there is the Moya Bishori rice, there is basmati rice, there is the sindano, there is the basmati. So you just need to choose which 2 fast products you're going to start with. You start advertising your business on social media, in your estate WhatsApp groups, word of mouth, and then you start supplying from home. Supplying from home, it will cut down the extra bills like rent. And whenever you sell, please save something so that you continue adding one product after another. You don't have to just sell the 2. The moment you sell the 2, save a little part of your profits to be able to add another product, so that as you go like that, you are able to save and now open a shop. So let's say you have more than 20,000 shillings and you want to start this business. I would advise you start with a retail cereal stall, which you should just budget for at least, let's say 20,000. So if I give a brief breakdown of what you can do with your 20,000, you can purchase at least 5 items of 10 kgs each. With those 5 items of 10 kgs, remember always about your current market prices. So just buy the fast moving products. The 5 items yet be the fast moving products. The most fast moving products, we said they are rice, maize flour, beans, and you just check in your area what people consume, like green grams, dengu people consume a lot. So you buy 5 items of 10 kgs each. If you have above 40,000, you can buy 15 items of 25 kgs. You can also include different varieties of beans. You can put yellow beans, you can stock wairimo, you can stock the black beans, you can stock the jahe. You can also include different rice varieties. We have, I mentioned the basmati, the moya, the sidano, and just do a research on the rice types that or the different varieties of these cereals that are available from your area. So always consider fast moving products, and they don't have to be equally distributed. You can purchase some in higher quantity, and the ones that you feel like they are just moving slowly, you can just purchase a little amount of them. So you have to start so that you're able to know which are fast moving, because what might be fast moving in my area might not be fast moving in your area, and what is slow moving in my area might not be slow moving in your area. So when you finally start, you can start also wholesale. You just need to know where to get these things from the farmer themselves. So, or in places where they are selling at good wholesale prices. If you're Nairobi, I can tag you, there's a shop in Kayole that sells these cereals in wholesale. If you're in Nairobi still, you can visit, what is it called? There's this place in CBD where the name is, I'll tag the name here because I think I'm forgetting the name. That is another place that you can get cereals in wholesale. But there's a shop in Kayole, a very big one. If you ask for it, they sell the cereals in very good prices, and you are able to make profit. So cereal business generally is a good business. You just need to be aggressive, and also you need to select those cereals. People don't want to buy cereals that they have to throw like a quarter of them because they were bad. So just make sure that your cereals are clean. You open your shop early and be aggressive in marketing. And what I would tell somebody who has been looking to start this business, start where you are with what you have. And remember to plow back some of the profit into your business, and it will grow. You just grow. So set goals and start the work. And always remember to sell clean cereals so that you can get referrals, and you can get a customer coming back. So thank you for watching, and please remember to like this video and also subscribe to my channel. We are going to be sharing more of these kind of videos.